Wrapping up coverage of the Juluis Erving Fireside Chat here with Beverley Elliott from the African American Museum of Southern Arizona, and another tremendous event. You guys just keep putting on these events and these events. I was telling Bob when we chatted with him, I remember when y'all brought Oscar Robertson and Wayne Embry to town back many years ago. Yes. What were your impressions of this night and having Dr. J impress upon the people of Tucson?
Well, we've been so blessed just being a part of the NBA family, so that has allowed us to make lifelong friends. I know I saw Bill Walton's picture up there and a tear dropped. I tell you, I loved him. He'd been to the museum and had visited with us, and we knew he and Lori quite well. So bringing Julius here is kind of the cream of the crop. He was, my husband's former roommate. And we've been friends with him for the entire time my husband's been in pro ball. So it's a family affair for us, as you could probably tell from the conversations that they were having. I think they tried to keep it a little okay, so you didn't get all that good information out there, because there's some great stories that they've shared together over the years.
So what did Bob tell you the first time he came home after meeting and being a teammate for Dr. J? What was that conversation like as he was trying to explain to you who this guy was?
Well, I kind of knew who he was. I'd followed a little bit of the NBA at that time, but he was just delighted that he was on a team that wanted him. Not only that, he got to become great friends with the best NBA player in the world. So he was absolutely over the moon. And then, Julius started giving him little lessons. He became the little brother, so it changed over pretty quickly. Julius, of course, took the stars out of his eyes a few times, and he would check him a little bit, and I thought that was a good thing. My husband's the oldest of three boys in his family, so for him to have an older brother, it was a great thing for him to have, and I felt very blessed to just be a part of that, and our family has been blessed. I mean, our kids call him Uncle Jay, and so... he's been in our family. We just love him.
What was it like for you when he got that championship in '82?
Well, it was. I'm going to lose my words. It's very emotional for me to see that. It's one of those things when you're married to an athlete that you know how much work they put into every aspect of their lives. It's off the court, it's on the court, it's with your family. So it's a culmination of all these different emotions, and all of a sudden you're where you want to be. So it was very emotional.
The growth of the African American Museum of Southern Arizona, has it surprised you how quickly this has taken on here in this community?
Absolutely. I have to tell you, when we first started this, I've worked with a couple other museum associations, and one of the first things they said is, it's going to be slow. As a matter of fact, when we first had our grand opening, they said, stay open for a couple of hours and you might get about 80 to 100 people. We had 362 people lined up on the campus of the university. That let us know there was a need and an interest, and it took off from there. It has not slowed down.
What are some of the new exhibits or things that are changing since you guys first opened that people would want to see, maybe if they went early, that now something's different?
Well, we've added quite a few exhibits. We started with 9, we're up to 17. We have one that is all about music, for example, and a lot of people may not know this, but Harvey Mason is now ahead of the Grammys, and Harvey is a former U of A basketball player, and one of the things that we have are pictures of him with Taylor Swift and Beyonce. So that's a big attraction for our younger crowd, but we have people like Ulysses K., who went to Tucson High, who wrote 22 symphonies. So there's a lot to learn there. We also have a slave story, which has been gone wild all around the world, not just here in Tucson. As a matter of fact, we received proclamation from Senator Warnock, as well as U.S. Representative Claiborne. So we are just delighted that this story has gotten out about our little museum. I say it's our because it's our community. It's not my husband's or mine. It belongs to the community. As a matter of fact, it will take you a little bit of time to try to find me or my family in there, because we haven't been here that long. 40 years is just a tip of the iceberg. There have been people who've been here for generations, and those are the stories we're trying to capture.
And Your grandson that kind of helped get this going, how's he doing?
He's doing great. As a matter of fact, he was sitting in the front row, and he, of course, has already gotten his pictures with his Uncle Jay, but he was really delighted that he could bring his TNT team here. So they all got to have a picture with him. So that was one of the perks we allow him to have, along with his parents. We have to always check with mom and dad if it's okay. Yeah.
Beverly, we appreciate this evening that you all put on here, and continued success with everything you guys are doing here.
Thank you so very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Beverly. Appreciate it.